Feeling good, trending in the right direction. NFL season. Just dealing with what come with it. You know what I'm saying? And every year, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Mine came a little early, and taking that as on the back end, I'm gonna be more fresh. So I'm excited to continue to get better, and be out there to contribute for my teammates.
With your knee, this is the same knee that you heard about this year.
Yeah, but it's definitely something totally different. And by the end of the day, I'm out there doing what I gotta do to compete, and so I'm excited to be able to go out there on Sunday to continue to compete.
Grady is the captain on this team. When the head coach comes out yesterday and tells us that the practice habits are up to the championship caliber, how do you receive that message?
I mean, as a coach, you always want to challenge us to be better. We always want to put our best foot forward every time we take the field, whether that's in the game or in practice. And up to this point, we haven't won the game, but at the end of the day, we're trending in the right direction to get what we need to do. And he had head coach here, our leader, and if he said it wasn't good enough, then we had to answer the call. And I think we put in 2 really good days, and that's the exciting part. And we can't wait to get out there and play this weekend.
Do you think it wasn't good enough in practice?
I'm excited to play this weekend, man, and go against the Cowboys and get in this win column and do what we need to do. And so I'm excited, man.
What do you think from Dak Prescott?
I mean, more than the first 2 weeks of his whole career, man, he's been super consistent, been a playmaker for them. The team, runs through him for the right purposes. I mean, he's a good leader for them and a really, really good quarterback. So we got a heck of a challenge ahead of us. And but he's been playing really well, been throwing it really well. So we gotta be right. Because I'm excited to go out here and go out and play with my teammates. And I'm choosing, positivity. And at the end of the day, we got to continue to choose us and believe in the work that we put in. Because, a lot of the, whatever validation, pats on the back, it's not going to come from the outside world. And to be honest, it's really making it easier for us when we do have the success that we expect to have, to block out the noise when we do get the pats on the back, because you would think playing for this city, playing for this organization, will get a little more support on the end, certain things, and people really pushing for us. And obviously we've got a lot of stuff going on, but at the end of the day, it's pulling us closer together and making us focus more on the things we can control. But when the day do come that the ball do turn our way, it's going to actually help us be more focused on the things we can control, because we know how we were received and how we were talked about when things was a struggle. So when people, when you're down, sometimes people want to kick you when you're down. So when you're up, you just be able to focus on the ones that was there when you was going through, when you was down. But at the end of the day, guys, we 0-2. There's no excuse, but it's early in the season, and everything that we want is still ahead of us. And the teams that we lost to are 2 really good teams, but we get an opportunity to see both of them again. And so that's the exciting part. And we may be down, we're far from out, and we just getting this thing cooked.
How do you feel, though, with being short-handed to be able to obviously getting on and WB? How does that impact you?
Man, definitely feel for those guys, guys who are super integral parts of this team, just on a personal level. Know how hard every one of them work, how hard every one of them want to be out there on the field. And if they could be, they would be. And definitely hats off to all of them for putting themselves and the health on the line for this team to be out there, and it just didn't go their way, So it definitely sucks, but at the same time, we got to have the people that are out there playing at a high level, and that's what it's about. And but those are brothers, man. We love them. We can't wait to get them back, and we just wish nothing but the best health for them. Because I know about the work we put in, and sometimes things happen in this league you can't explain, and that definitely wasn't our character. And at the end of the day, it don't matter what I say, what anybody say. We got to go out there on the field and do what we need to do to put a better product out there.
You got to How do you feel like other guys in passers can improve?
I think we just got to continue to work together, continue to hunt, take some of the lessons that we learned this last game that didn't go our way when he had too much time to throw the ball, whether it's converting on the play action or being a little more efficient in our run games. Some things that we can work on throughout the week, and just to continue to be better. So, though we did get in sacks last week or a lot of hits, I think there was a lot of things that challenged us to push us over the edge to get to where we need to be.
Couple more.
Those explosives, with that coming off play action, are there certain things that you can make one play and then fall for that?
Yeah, I think you said it. Definitely, some of the explosive came off the play action, and some of the things was just guys making good NFL plays, like even like the catch right before halftime. I hit the quarterback. He had super good coverage. I made an incredible play, and sometimes that's how I go sometimes. And But the things that we do control, like when we got open receivers and things like that, that's on the D-line, that's on the DB, that's on everybody involved. Because one, he shouldn't have that much time to throw it, and two, we got to stay on top. You know what I'm saying? But everybody involved is learn from what happened when you want to get a team with really good players, and we got to always be ready.
I know talking to you before, you said you reached another level from your rookie season. What was that moment or epiphany that told you that, even though I'm professional, I needed to ratchet up a notch?
I mean, honestly, just understanding like the game and the NFL and the work you have to put in to even get to this level. You have to take it up to a whole nother notch to be one of the greats in this league. So that's obviously one of my goals, to leave my mark on this game and in the NFL and come out one of the best. So I just had to take it up another notch. Not to say I wasn't working hard my rookie year, but when you're kind of in the mix of it as a rookie year, as y'all all know, it's a long year. All those different things, you're kind of getting used to all different things. So when I had got used to that and understand what I needed to take it to the next level, that's what I did.
He said he also wants you to realize that you have a bigger body and to go up in high point and top hat guys, is what he called it.
Nah, for sure. That's definitely something that's in my game. I got to put more out there on film, for sure.
What is it about the Christmas cover two that you guys can attack?
Yeah, obviously there's different, holes in the defense that we can look to exploit. Going against them all last year, I don't know if I'll, remember exactly the different holes, but obviously we're going through it this weekend and attacking that in the film room, different things, especially with this game plan. But obviously just looking to exploit those points.
Sorry, false start. Dallas' secondary has definitely struggled in the last 2 weeks. You guys take note, and how do you look for specific ways to exploit that?
Yeah, I mean, it's just looking at the film, looking at different things that teams have done against them to create explosive plays, move the ball down the field. So we just got to continue to emulate some of those things that those offenses did, as well as adding our flavor, our own little tone to it. So looking to go out there and have a big day.
You guys have started the game well offensively, had success in those first drives, but not in the third quarter coming out of the half. What needs to change there?
I think we just gotta maintain our energy, maintain our focus. To go out there and execute. We put in the preparation. Like Coach has been saying, we've been taking up another notch on our intensity of practice, and that'll carry over to the game so we can finish the game in the whole 60 minutes.
Rum, do you think you're going to say hi to Uber plug in?
Yeah, I mean, shoot, I'll say this up to any folks that I've run into the past. At the end of the day, it is going to be war when we go between the white lines, but in those 60 minutes. But outside of that, I got a lot of love for the people that invested in me, and I have been a part with this journey.
This is your first boss, right?
Yeah, my first boss. Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
When he told us yesterday, he called out the team about not having championship caliber practice habits. Is that concerning at all that he has to say that after week 2 of the season? How do you view that?
I think it's something that he as a head coach, he understands. He's been at the highest of this league when it comes to teams and winning championships and stuff like that. So we take everything that he says seriously, and if our habits aren't to that level, then they're not to that level. Obviously as a younger player, I'm still learning what it is to be at that championship caliber throughout an entire season, throughout training camp. So if he says our practice habits aren't there, then our practice habits aren't there. So over the past couple of days, we've made adjustments and we've rose the intensity, but there's no concern for it. It is a long season. We all are learning as we go, but it'll be a different product out there.
How different was practice, or how different did it feel when you were there?
Yeah, it was tiring for sure. I mean, I can speak from my own experience. Obviously, everybody else was flying around, I felt like, but just from unit to unit, I feel like the challenge was set and it was met. We went out there with a certain mindset and physicality as well as endurance to go out there and have great practice.
Do you know why you practice? A couple more, please. You said, do you know why you practice indoors today? Like, why indoors today?
We've practiced indoors today because I believe the conditions are going to be more similar to the climate and temperature indoors than it was outside.
Okay.
What has been the hardest part of playing receiver for you to master, and where can you get better?
Oh, shoot, man. The hardest part, I don't know, man. It has its challenges, it has its nuances. Obviously, the great receiver play in this league really comes down to the details. So just continuing to hone in on those things. I mean, it's difficult to pinpoint one thing because, I mean, you can be good at several different things within this, but one thing might be off, mess up your whole game as a wide receiver. So just honing in on all the different things, man. But
in my opinion, and I've just seen his work throughout the spring. And in training camp, obviously him and Caleb kind of finding rapport. Obviously, they was drafted together, so I was going to have that connection. But I think he's been stepping up and making plays when called upon. And like I said, I've been saying he's a walking, 1,000-yard receiver. In any offense, he's a talented receiver.
Does he remind you of him?
Nah, I don't want to put a comparison on him. You know what I mean? I just think everybody's one-on-one. You know what I mean? But I think Rome is just a really good receiver. You know what I mean? Like I said, I think he could do everything that you can ask for from a X number one receiver, whatever it may be. I think he could be a number one receiver on basically every team in the league. You know what I mean? I think he's that talented. Well, number one, I think when you look at Dak, I think Dak is one of the best quarterbacks in his league. He's definitely playing like it. Obviously the talent of CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens on the outside, and they're a vertical, passing game. They want to throw the ball down the field and challenge the defense in that way. So I think that's where it starts. It starts with 88. He's going to be getting the majority of the targets, and obviously George Pickens is a great deep ball, a vertical threat receiver. So we're going to have our hands full trying to stop those guys, but I'm confident in the guys we have.
Also, to performance like Sunday and then put the challenges to your practice habits. How have you seen the team respond?
Well, we had a hell of a practice yesterday for sure. It was one of those Warrior Wednesdays type deals, almost reminiscent to a training camp practice, honestly, 2-hour practice. And I think we responded very well. But like you said, when you have a game like we did on Sunday, man, it feels like the sky is falling. And that's just to be real. I just try to always remind the guys, not get too high or too low. We faced 2 really good teams to start this year. And sometimes these things happen. I was in Tennessee 2022. We started our 0-2, then we ended up battling back to get to 7-3. And obviously, DA and all the coaches have examples of those type of things, of being able to, it's not about really how you start, it's about how you finish and be able to find a stride with this team. And, it's still early in the year, so I'm not panicking. I don't think anybody else is panicking. We just have to find a way to get a win on Sunday so we can go.
I mean, you want to also kind of have that in the back of your mind that you can't have that again, but you kind of wash it away and then come to work on Wednesday.
Grady said, I think, someone, it was an easy, you can tell fixes right away. Did you see it the same way?
Yeah, I think this, the rest of the season just will come down to everybody doing a 111. Because Grady, just from watching the tape, if one person's out of place, it kind of makes it harder for a lot of other people.
You mentioned Dallas. What does this game mean to you?
It means a lot. I mean, for me, it's the first team to ever to believe in me, give me opportunity at the league, and then also the team that traded me. So there's that too. So it'll be fun.
What have you seen on film from CD?
Being able to go up versus some of the guys that you played against.
You said, is there any insight?
Yeah.
Not really. I mean, the film is there. It's out there. Obviously, they have CD. They have a good running game with 33, who runs pretty hard. But I think it'll just come down to us doing what we're supposed to do and just going out there and playing fast.
What have you seen George Pickens bring to their offense?
Just the vertical element. Just someone who can go down and make contested catches.
Is that somebody that you feel like you match up well against, just your physical profile?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I match up well against anyone who lines up in front of me. I think when you go out there, you're not necessarily thinking about who's in front of you. Just going out there and just playing. Obviously, you know the type of throws that he's going to get just from watching the tape, the contested catches, and he's good at it. So it'll be a challenge. It'll be fun.
2 games into the season, or is that, I don't know, how do you view what he said yesterday?
I mean, just go out there and prove them wrong, make the practice right. I feel like we had a great 2 days of practice after you said that, and we just go from there.
What do you appreciate about what Rome's been able to do at the start of the season?
Everything, because coming off of last year, he was battling himself. Do we think he was good, or do we want to be great? And now he's taking that step to be great, and he's speaking up a lot more, and even breaking down huddles now. So I'm loving that for him.
Who challenged him to be great?
Me and him had to talk about it, and then the coaches after the game kind of got after him a little bit, so he stepped in.
Which game?
It don't really matter. Just know that he did it.
Last year or this year? Or preseason?
It don't really matter. He just doing what he needs to do.
What do you tell him about being great?
Just reflecting on this last game when you had over 120, and I mean, you just gotta keep building on top of that. And I mean, he's still this year 2 for him, and he's already started off like that. I mean, only could start from there and go up.
What do you expect to see from a Matty Recluse defense this week?
I don't know. He might throw a lot of curveballs at us, but knowing him, he do the zone concept, so we're gonna see a bunch of that, hopefully, and then hopefully you're throwing some man in there so we can go after him.
DJ, is it a little awkward to see him this weekend?
No.
Do you feel like you guys are better prepared just having went against this defense every day in practice for 2 years for you?
I feel like I know the defense pretty well, so exploiting that is going to be good, and then we just all got to hone in on the game plan and just do it.
You obviously are a heavy supporter of Odunze, but the competitive side of you want yours now? You want your 100-yard game?
No, I mean, of course everybody wants their 100-yard game, but at the same time, whoever's going off, you just got to feed off their energy. When your number gets called, you just got to do it. His number was called a lot, and he made the plays when he was there.
Is that easier to say as you grow older in the league to be able to? Well, I'm not saying you're old. I'm just saying older. That you've been around, more experienced. Like maybe when you're younger, you want the ball more than the other guys, and now you're like, whoever can help us win the game.
I don't think I was like, throw me the ball, give me the ball, anything like that. But it is what it is. Like I said, whoever's hot that day, just keep feeding them, and then when they need a break, we gotta step up and make a play for them.
Ben's talked just about how the offense, he wants it to morph. Like every week's going to be a different guy, different stuff. How do you guys need to see that? Like, can you buy into that? Can you know that, hey, next week could be me, next week could be this guy? You kind of like that, but it's going to has that style. It's going to be different every week.
I mean, yeah, because then if you just stay stagnant with one person getting the ball every week, the defense rolls over, and then the backside is not doing what they need to be doing when their number gets called. I mean, you lose that way.
What have you seen in Rome's growth, and do you still give him tips? If so, what tips do you give him?
What tips do I give him?
Yeah.
Keep having fun with it. Never let a bad play go into the next play, and then, I mean, after the game, this past game, he felt like he had a good game, but didn't know because he like kind of messed up some, and then you just got to go from there, keep challenging him, and just keep patting him on the back and just let him grow on his own.
What bothered you most about Sunday's loss?
The way that we lost and how we went out with a bunch of penalties, and I mean, and then the points. I mean, whatever the point differential was, that sucks.
What convinces you that that's a one-off? That's not something that repeats?
You never know. I mean, this league, somebody could put up 70 on a great team and go from there, and then you just got to bounce back.
What would a win do?
What would a win do? I mean, shoot. Be like the Packers game last year. It would just bring immense joy, and everybody would be back on a happier track.
Given that's only week 2, do you feel like some of the outside reactions to you guys is a little bit overblown?
Yes. Yes.
Do you pay attention to this?
No, but if they keep at me, I do see that. Yes.